What's up, adventurers? I'm JR Mansueto, and today's video will be stepping into history right here in Marikina City. As you can see behind me, ito ang statue ni Don Laureano A. Guevara o mas kilala bilang Kapitan Moy. We'll explore how one man's vision gave rise to a thriving industry, making life to the city, and making it the shoe capital of the Philippines, where passion, dedication, craftsmanship made their mark. So, let's go. As you can see here guys, this is the ancestral house of Don Laureano Guevara, or also known as the Kapitan Moy. So, short background of him was, he was the fifth child of businessman Don Jose Emeterio Guevara and Timotea Mariqueta Andres, and he was born on July 4, 1851. Nanggaling siya sa isang mayamang pamilya sa dahilan ng maraming negosyo ang kanyang ama sa Maynila. And his early education involved the learning of the basics of reading and writing from his family. And he also attended the Ateneo Municipal, but he did not finish it because his main focus was on the real life skills and hands-on experiences. Kapitan Moy moved to the city after seeing the potential business opportunities in Marikina because of the availability of the resources, especially the leather. Sa dahilan ng marami ng lokal na manggagawa noon sa Marikina, ngunit hindi ito sapatos. Bago maging Kapitan Moy ang lugar na ito, noong unang panahon, ito ay hacienda at tinatawag itong Hacienda Marikina. At ito po yung litrato na pagmamayari ni Doña Teresa de la Paz Tuasa. Right, moving on to this second information. Makikita nyo dito, ito ang Our Lady of Abandoned Church noong 1840s. Nasa kasalukuyan ay makita natin sa paglabas natin mamaya. At ito naman, ito ang Kapitan Moy noon. At ito, sa modern time, ito ang naging itsura niya na may statue ni Kapitan Moy. Moving on, ito ang picture ni Kapitan Moy. And alam niyo ba, guys, na Supremo Andres Bonifacio once visited the place and the American soldiers made it camp in 1901. Naging school din ng Kapitan Moy. The Kapitan Moy House used to be an elementary school during the American colonial period and after the Second World War. So, ito yung labas ng Kapitan Moy. Nagpicture ang mga guro at estudyante. Pero sa kasalukuyang panahon, ang lugar na ito ay naging special events na lamang, katulad ng reception sa kasal, birthdays, or any events. As I've mentioned earlier, the Our Lady of Abandoned Parish. Sa paglabas natin, makita natin yun. Ito ang church na kung tawagin ay Ola. Journey began in 1887 when Kapitan Moy's European-made shoe got damaged but didn't want to go all the way to Manila for repairs. Sa panahon na yon ay wala pang manggagawa ng sapatos, ngunit mayroon nang gumagawa ng wooden clogs o mas tinatawag na bakya. Dito ay si Tiburcio Eustaco. Pumunta dito si Kapitan Moy upang humingi ng tulong at kumuha ng ideya, at tinulungan naman ito ni Tiburcio. Due to the determination of Kapitan Moy to fix his own shoe, binaklas niya ito para maintindihan kung paano nabubuo ang sapatos. After he went to Tiburcio's shop para kumuha ng mga ideya, he immediately went home para i-apply ang mga natutunan niya, and due to his dedication and willingness, eventually he was able to make the first pair of shoe in Marikina City, starting the city's famous industry. Dito nagsimulang mahasa ang kaalaman ni Kapitan Moy sa tulong ng mga local manufacturers noon na sina Tiburcio Eustaco, Ambrosio Santa Ines at Herbacio Carlos, at iba pang mga manggagawang lokal ng Marikina. At sa kaunting lakad naman ay makikita natin doon ang Shoe Museum ng Marikina City. Ayan po guys, ang lapit lang po ng Shoe Museum sa Kapitan Moy. Kaunting lakad lamang.
We weren't able to take different shots in front of the museum due to restrictions. We were asked to leave by authorized personnel. And there is also a construction site next to the museum. Credits to the rightful owners of the pictures I've shown about the museum.
Bago maging Shoe Museum ang lugar na ito, this place was used as an arsenal during the Spanish period, then naging detention cell during the Filipino-American War. And it was also used during the American regime as a motor pool for American soldiers. And after that, naging rice mill naman ang lugar na ito. This place went through a lot before the famous Marikina Shoe Museum was established. The Marikina Shoe Museum was opened in 2001 by the Marikina local government to preserve and celebrate the city's shoemaking history. This establishment was an old municipal building, but it was transformed into a museum to highlight Marikina's strong connection to footwear production. The museum serves as a cultural landmark, showcasing the skill and creativity of Marikina shoemakers. The Shoe Museum became famous for housing a significant portion of Imelda Marcos' extravagant shoe collection. Imelda Marcos, wife of former President Ferdinand Marcos, is known for owning thousands of shoes. Naging kontrobersyal ang bagay na ito dahil sa dami ng mamahaling sapatos na mayroon si Imelda Marcos. Nagpapakita ito ng kanilang karangyaan at korupsyon during Marcos era. Thanks to the pioneering efforts of Don Lorenzo Capitan Moy Guevara, his vision and dedication to quality craftsmanship laid the foundation for an industry that would eventually make Marikina famous worldwide for its superior shoes. Over time, the city's shoemaking became a major part of its identity and economy, with generations of local artisans passing down their skills. I chose this topic for my historical vlog because this is the city where I grew up since I was a child. Discovering and exploring the city's famous history of shoes was a joyful experience for me. I was amazed during my visit to Capitan Moy's residence, and it was a great experience. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to interview people from the house due to restrictions as they don't entertain visitors, pero I was lucky na pinayagan nila ako mag-video and visit yung bahay during that time, but there's a time restriction. Capitan Moy was a prominent figure in our city as he pioneered the shoe industry and established a culture and a community that fostered cooperation and unity among Maricanos. This tradition is still carried on by everyone to this day. Learning about the city's history is important to show its significance and understand how it all started. This blog highlights how the city's shoe industry began.